Good evening. My name is Angelina Main, and I'll be talking to you guys about animal epilepsy. So to start off, we'll talk about what epilepsy is, what does epilepsy look like, the development, diagnosis, and then we'll follow it up with the treatment. So what is epilepsy? So epilepsy can actually happen in humans as well as animals. It is a group of neurological disorders characterized by seizures caused by abnormal bursts of electrical activity in the brain. So they can start and stop very abruptly and last any amount of time from a few seconds to a few minutes. So survivability often is dependent more on quality of life and financial issues than actual disease manifestation. So I found a definition online, and the definition gave me that epilepsy is a neurological disorder marked by sudden recurrent episodes of sensory disturbance, loss of consciousness, or convulsions associated with abnormal activity in the brain. So what does epilepsy look like? So I have a video right here. Here's a picture of a golden retriever having a seizure. This looks like it's about in the middle of its seizure, but we'll watch this video about one. So this is a lion going into a seizure. It starts off with some confusion, some panting. They start to lose their vision, so you can tell he's getting a little bit confused. If you don't feel comfortable watching this video, you can fast forward. The seizure takes over his body, and he starts to convulse. He loses control for quite some time until the end of the seizure, and he'll regain consciousness. And now he's exhausted and back to normal. Alright, so now we'll talk about the development. So after many trials and tests, observations, scientists have come to a general understanding of the development of spontaneous seizures. So the latent period, which is the time between brain injury and the first clinical seizure, is a cardinal feature of injury-induced epilepsy. So this is generally considered to be the period that defines when the molecular and the cellular mechanisms that underlie the time-dependent development of spontaneous seizures are operative after brain injury. So the brain injury leads to pre-epileptic state defined by the latent period, which is then followed by a chronic epileptic state that is defined by the spontaneous seizures, which the latent period can cover a wide range of durations. So that is the development. Now we'll be talking about the diagnosis. So there are actually 3 types of epilepsies. I found more so in canines, but they're also for all animals. So one of them is the reactive epileptic seizures, which are caused by metabolic issues such as low blood sugar, kidney failure, or liver failure. There's also the secondary, or this is also called the symptomatic epilepsy. So this one's usually attributed to brain tumors, strokes, or other trauma within the animal's body. The last one is primary or idiopathic epilepsy. So this one actually has no known cause and is only diagnosed to eliminate other possibilities that cause the seizure. So with primary experience, their first seizure is usually between the ages of 1 and 3. So now we'll talk about the treatment. So the decision to start using any specific drugs for treatment is based on several factors, including etiology, risk of reoccurrence, seizure types, tolerability, and adverse effects. So the decision to treat reflects the treatment goals. to decrease or eliminate epileptic events, decrease seizure severity, avoid adverse effects, and decrease seizure-related mortality or morbidity. So what you should do is bring your animal to a veterinarian to find out what medications are necessary, if any. Typically, medications that would be given would be bromide or diazepam. So bromide is on the top left of your screen and diazepam is on the bottom left of your screen. So your owners need to give these medications regularly. It is very important that the medication is given at the same time each day. Also, when bringing your epileptic dog to a veterinarian, you may expect questions about the history of your animal's seizure, a physical or neurological exam, complete blood count, serum chemistry profile, urinalysis, bile test, and thyroid function test. So they may also request that the owner keeps a seizure log documenting the time, length, severity, and recovery of each seizure, as well as dietary and environmental changes. So that concludes my presentation. If anyone has any questions, you guys are more than welcome to email me at angelinamain@mycwi.cc. And happy finals week!